Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we could discuss Full Metal Jacket. So this movie starts off in a Marine boot camp with one of the most iconic characters of all time, R. Lee Ermey as the drill instructor. He's going to do whatever it takes to break these guys down, turn them into men, turn them into Marines, turn them into, government fighting machines, and then unleash them, in the Vietnam War. And the movie kind of follows the Marines as they kind of, bond with each other, go through these experiences. And then we have, Private Gomer Pyle, who's having all kinds of problems. And he's the main focus of this first half as far as like the issues he has with the sergeant, with the other, with the other recruits. And then after that segment ends, we actually we follow some of these, Marines into Vietnam, where it becomes a more traditional war movie, but there are war scenes, but there's also a lot of more dramatic scenes. So there is a little bit of shift, but it's all connected. So basically we start off in the Marine boot camp, work our way to Vietnam, and that's where the rest of the story plays out. That's Full Metal Jacket. So Full Metal Jacket, masterpiece, Stanley Kubrick, amazing director, one of my favorite directors of all time. I think this movie's fantastic. The drill sergeant section by itself would be an excellent movie, but tying it with the Vietnam sections as well, like the actual war segments, it just takes it to another level. I just think the cast here is fantastic. I think the writing is fantastic. The technical elements to me are like borderline flawless. I just think this is just an excellent movie. The messages about war are what they are. People might agree with them or disagree with them, but I think R. Lee Ermey and the segment with the drill sergeant is just so unbelievably good. The dynamic between not just he and Gomer Pyle, but the dynamic between he and several other people. I just think R. Lee Ermey in this is so good, and I can always go back and watch that section just for his performance. But then you have Matthew Modine, who's also really good, and he's kind of like our tying piece as we move from like the boot camp into Vietnam. I don't really have a lot else to say about it. I just think it's a great movie. I don't really have any complaints about it. Even with the big dramatic shift, I don't really think it throws off the pacing of the movie or anything. I don't think it's overly long at all. I think it's a great movie. Excellent movie. So anyway, that's my review for Full Metal Jacket. If you want to check out more, you can go right here on YouTube to my movie review playlist. But until then, thanks for watching this one, and hopefully I'll see you soon.